Hey, what's up everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. Real life happens, man. As I was coming out of the Target, I was walking up the street headed to the train station. Dude was poked up, man. Somebody stabbed him twice. Right in front of the not the candy shop, the ice cream parlor over here. So I was able to call the ambulance myself, even though they had already been called. Got some information, talked to the people in the barbershop, try to apply some towels to the wounds. Waited about 15 minutes for the ambulance to finally get here. Homeboy's still awake last I checked, but he ain't doing good, man. He is bleeding bad, and they stabbed him in some very key areas, man. So, you know, Hispanic dude, young fella, man. Check on your people if you live over here in Western and Carlton, man. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, man, I was very calm, dude. Very calm when I saw the situation, because he was calm. Homeboy was on the floor. It looked like he had been through some things in his life. Tats on his face. Didn't look like a civilian to me. And I don't know who got him, but when I came, the deed was already done, man. And he was laid out, and they already had 2 people attending to him. I asked them if they had been called yet. I called, and just tried to, you know what I mean? Try to just be calm, keep a calm presence around him. And the cops showed up first as protocol, and now they're attending to him. Hopefully he survives, bro. But I'm telling y'all, it don't look good. It do not look good. But homie's a G, man. That's a G right there, because first thing he did when I saw him, reached in his pocket, pulled out a cigarette, pulled out a lighter and smoked it. I'm like, he gonna be cool. He stayed conscious, stayed calm. He ain't new to this. You could tell he's lived some, man. Hopefully he continues living. But he's still with us right now, last I checked, man. Dude is young too, can't be no older than 25, 26 years old. But Hollywood, man, that's what I tell y'all, man. Hollywood's real, man. I know people like, oh, it's Hollywood, but nah, this is a place where if you're not on your toes, it can happen. It can really happen to you, man. And we were talking about Nipsey Hussle in my previous video. You know, talking about that whole situation. And it's strange because when I left the house, the Lord put it in my heart that no matter what, I'm with you, was what came my way. No matter what, I'm with you. You know, just remember that I'm with you. And here we are in this situation. They're getting ready to load him into the ambulance right now. He's still conscious.
What happened, my man?
Somebody got poked up, bro.
Really?
Yeah, man, I didn't see what happened, but I came for the aftermath, called the folks for him. Hopefully he makes it, but they got him twice in his gut. Right in front of the, I don't know if he was there or if he found his way over here and fell out.
Is he Mexican?
Yeah, man.
And the guy got stabbed Mexican too?
Well, I don't know who got him. But he is Mexican.
That's a Mexican?
Yeah, that's a Mexican kid. So that's how it goes, man. It's Hollywood for you, man. People think it's sweet over here, but
You're fucking haters, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. I grew up over here. I know.
Yeah, I know. I'm from here, but 5 states.
Yeah.
But I was born here, but this is the worst.
Yeah, man.
My hometown, man. It's the fucking worst.
I'm telling you, bro.
I talked to a friend a couple years ago, and he's from Cali, Virginia, but I know him from Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, "Where you at, Paul?" I said, "Man, I'm in LA." And he goes, "You got a bunch of haters out there." I was like, dude, I was speechless on the phone. I didn't know what the hell. And then he goes, "Paul, you may be born in LA, but this is your home. Move back here. We love you out here." I didn't even tell him shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even tell him about this asshole up the street that I wanted to tell him about. He already knew everything going on, man.
Damn, bro.
And then he goes, "Man, did you forget who you are?" Because, you know, out in other states, people like, they look at themselves like, "Yeah, that's right, I'm the best." And no one looks at it wrong. We all believe in ourselves.
Of course.
Here, it's like, "Oh, you think you're all that?" After thinking that for a few years out here, I'm like, why don't you think you're all that, motherfucker? Why you bring me down to your fucking level? Why don't you come up to here, you know? In other states, my friends would be like, if they're good, so I'm like, man, it gets lonely at the top. In other words, motherfuckers catch up. You know what I mean?
Hey,
but it was all good in love. It wasn't no fucking trying to be talking shit.
Yeah, man.
It's talking shit, but in a good way.
In a good way, man.
Not just fucking hateful shit out here,
Yeah,
man.
It can happen out here, man. That's what I'm telling everybody on here. I'm on my channel right now. That's I'm recording. It can happen. No, you good to go, man. What's your name, bro?
Paul.
Brandon.
Nice
to meet you, man.
You too, brother.
Yes, sir. I'm actually recording myself, not really what's going on over here, man.
Shit.
But
hey, God bless you, baby.
Same to you, man. Be safe out here,
You
brother.
too, brother.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. It can happen. You know, take it from the natives, man. Hollywood, LA, anywhere in the city, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's basically what he was saying as well. It don't matter where you are in this big, huge city, bro. Anybody can get anywhere. Everybody knows the city. That's what it is. And every street could be a different hood. And in places where you think the hood is not, dude might have a job over there. Dude might know somebody over there. Homeboy's grandma might live over there. And a lot of times, even in situations where you're in Beverly Hills, sometimes the dudes in the hood, They uncle worked for the place in the Beverly Hills. They worked for the place back in the day and still know the area. So it's like it's such a spread out place. It's so enriched in its own culture of politics and crime and police that you really don't know who's who. And I think that's the disconnect for a lot of people, particularly the street element in other cities. It's more simple in certain other places. In a lot of places in America, it's as simple as every man for himself and, stand on your own 2 feet. But out here, it's like people are working in conjunction, in unison. This is what we were talking about in regards to the Nipsey Hussle thing. It seems like people were working together to make it so that could be possible. And the good things for LeBron. But in the Biggie Small situation, it seemed like people were working together in order for that to have been what it is. And that's what you got to understand about LA if you're not from out here. People work together. It would be like 80 people on a certain play, man. So it's like you got to be very, very careful. It gets extremely tricky out here. And these streets are not like any other streets because of how the politics are set up, because of how the police are set up. It's just you don't know who you're dealing with and what they're going to be willing to do. And you know what I'm saying? Just because you have a crew and you bring them from out of state and stuff like that, you guys can find yourself in some really tricky situations in LA. Especially if you're a street element. You can get lined up easy out here. Messing with the wrong girl, she's related to somebody. And don't get it twisted. She could be a highly educated, well-spoken, dressed nice, got all the money in the world, her brother from the hood. That's how that could go. Her ex-boyfriend from the hood. Or her daddy from the hood. Lord knows that's a real one. There's a lot of people from out here in the streets, they don't let their kids have any part in what goes on. So some of the squarest dudes, more square than me, can have some highly reputable family members. Dad, grandpa even. It goes back many generations. So even if you met her father and he was square, you don't know who his daddy is or who his brother is. And that's the reality of the LA scene. You just don't know. Could be a square person that doesn't look like they're from nowhere, but guaranteed there are 2 or 3 degrees separation from the street element. It's just the way this place works. And so obviously I don't know the individual who stabbed here. They're finally getting him up out of here after all this time. That's another thing. This ain't the greatest place to get in this type of situation because look how long it's taken for them to get him to the hospital, man. First, the cops had to come check the situation out. We were supposed to be applying pressure to this man's wound, but they told us all to back away, so we had to take the pressure off that wound in order for the cops to come in and do their thing. So it's like the way this thing is set up, just the protocol of how they handle situations like this, to my eyesight, and based on conversations I've had with other people in situations like this, it's set up for you not to make it. Taking pressure off your wound so the cops can come see about you. And then when the cops come see about you, then somebody else come 5 minutes later. It's like, yo, this is not the place to have this happen to you, man. And so that's why I tell people, man, if you can stay out of the streets, not to say homie was in the streets, although he very much looked like he was. I think it's a great bet he was in the streets, or used to be. But you got to stay out of this. If you're not from the streets and you look like you're from the streets, you got to stay on your toes, bro. Not only that, but what makes it even more tricky is all the gun laws. A lot of these places, a disconnect for a lot of people in a lot of states is that, oh, you can just, you know what I'm saying? You could just come down here and if somebody try to shoot you, just pull out your gun. Ain't no guns legal out here. Dog, if you work as a security guard and you are a holder of weapons, even if you have your permit, they have some weird law to where you got to have your gun in a compartment and the ammo in a separate compartment in a different part of your car. It's like, it's just stuff like that. They don't let you just walk around. And if that Second Amendment, that don't apply to LA and New York, it's California and New York. They don't let us play like that because of the street element. If you let people around here run off with guns, you're going to be having people getting hit left and right because there's so many different things that we learned from the 80s and the 70s that you can't let this place have that Second Amendment right. Because they be shooting each other all day and all night. And that's why you're more likely to get stabbed in certain situations like homie did right there. You know, poked up. So, you know what I'm saying? It's real, man. It's real. And people from southern states, y'all run around flashing your guns and all of this. like everybody else in California can do that. We can't do that. I can't be taking pictures with this and that and holding these sticks, man. That's a couple years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, our gun laws don't make any sense in this country, but in this state, they make a little most sense in regards to trying to keep the guns out of the street elements' hands, even though people still gonna have it. It's still hard. How you doing?
Thank you so much.
Thank you as well. They took him now. He's on. Yep. She was really worried. Appreciate you, brother. Take it easy, man. That was to the people who were helping him, man. And that's another thing. Don't judge a book by its cover. There was a lady there, elderly lady, looked like she's on the street. Homeboy, looked like a dude from around the way around here. They were the first ones to come to him. And myself, a black dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that anybody else wouldn't have come for him to help him, but that's who came to help him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you just don't know who you're around. Humanity's a real thing, man. And you know, I'm not gonna say I'm a humanitarian, but just like a situation like this, if I see a guy poked up, I'm gonna try to at least make sure he's got the cops and the paramedics on the way, try to save his life, man. I'm not gonna just keep walking by when I see something like that. And it's good to see some other people like that, man. It's good to see those people. I thank them several times because I know they did the same thing for me. And that's the difference between your life being saved and not. You got people who are willing to step outside of whatever they're doing to stop to make sure you're straight. So I encourage you to give some credence to what it is I just saw here and what it is I engaged in. People that maybe you wouldn't expect give a damn about a life are the people who stopped to make sure somebody was straight, man. And he didn't have to look like me. He's not from my culture or from my neighborhood or whatever. And I don't know what the politics of the situation is or what may or may not have been in place. But at the end of the day, man, you see a person laid out hurting. I feel like it's the right thing to do to at least try to make sure they're straight. So hopefully we save his life, man. Hopefully he can make it, man. Hopefully he makes it. BL44. Thank y'all for watching.